What is the blues scale? Have you heard people talking about this so-called blues scale and wondered just what it is and how it's used? Those are the questions we're going to answer today. I'll show you exactly how to make and play this scale and then how to use it so you're no longer in the dark about it. By the way, if you're just getting started with soloing, make sure to download my free Beginner Soloist Handbook. It's full of arpeggios and scales and resources all packed into one place so that you can use it as a reference. The link is down in the description. The blues scale is essentially a minor pentatonic scale with an added blue note, which introduces tension into the scale. It's the kind of tension that we've come to recognize in blues playing so much that even if you don't know exactly what you're hearing, you know it's that blues sound. Now, the blues scale comes from adding a note to the standard minor pentatonic scale. The pentatonic scale consists of the 1, the flat third, the 4, the 5, the flat 7, and then we're back to the octave. So it's a 5-tone scale. When we add a 6th note to it, it will become a hexatonic scale, and that's just a cool name for a scale, right? Now, the standard blues scale formula consists of the following intervals: the 1, the flat 3, the 4, the flat 5, the 5, the flat 7, and then we're back to our octave. So the notes again are if I continue on up that standard minor pentatonic box, it would look like this. Now, you would never want to sit on a blue note. It's a note of tension, not a note of resolution where you want to end a phrase, for example. Now, the blues scale is incredibly versatile and it allows guitarists to improvise over a variety of chord progressions. And in a typical 12-bar blues progression, the scale can be played over all 3 chords. So even in like a major blues where you have like an A7, a D7, and an E7, you could use an A minor blues over the entire chord progression over each one of those chords, and it will work just fine. In fact, it's this blending of minor and major elements that gives blues solos their identity and makes it very distinguishable from other scale shapes people use to solo. Now, you can play the standard minor pentatonic box and add the blue note, no problem. It's pretty straightforward, and it works great. But you can also use the diagonal minor pentatonic, and that looks like this, where I use 2 notes here on the E string, and the root is my 2nd note. Then I go to the 5th string and I play 3 notes. That is the minor pentatonic scale right there. It's a pattern of 2 notes followed by 3 notes. And then it repeats on the 4th string here the exact same shape. I adjust for the tuning difference and the same shape again. Now, the reason I like using the diagonal pentatonic and adding the blue note is because the shapes are identical. So the blue note will be found here, right there. And then in the next shape, exact same place. The next shape here. So I love that. I love the way that it's so easy to identify where everything sits in the diagonal pentatonic. Now, don't play the blues scale only over blues progressions. Try it over other types of music and see how it fits for you. You might be quite surprised how often it actually sounds fantastic. Now, if you're looking to up your game with pentatonics, I recently made a video to help you learn new and creative ways to phrase with pentatonics. Click here to watch that next.